There are nights when silence feels heavy, when the air turns colder, and the shadows grow longer. You don't know why, but something shifts. The ticking of the clock slows down. The light in your room seems darker. And suddenly, you feel you're not alone. No voices, no footsteps, but there is something that has already seen you. Fear enters when you don't call it. It starts as a thought. Then it becomes a shadow. Then, silence. And by the time you notice it, it's already inside. Fear doesn't knock on the door. Fear enters when you look the other way. The walls seem to close in. Sounds shift. Your breathing changes. And in your mind, a word appears. One you never chose. Run. But it's already too late. Far too late. The house that breathes. There are houses that breathe, that remember, that watch. You hear a creak in the wood, but it isn't the wood. You hear a soft scrape in the hallway, but no one is there. You feel a cold breath on the back of your neck, but no windows are open. Something moves. Not when you're looking at it, but when you're not looking. That's the moment you realize you're not walking alone. You're being guided. In the early hours, everything begins. 3:07 a.m. The hour when the body weakens and the mind stops protecting you. It's when you wake up suddenly. You don't know why. You don't know how. But you wake up. You look around. You don't see anything unusual. But you feel it. As if something had woken you. Something that is still in the room. With you. Watching you. Waiting. The presence. It doesn't always show itself. Sometimes it only waits. It's patient. It's silent. And it studies you. First symptom, a chill down your back. Second symptom, breathing becomes difficult. Third symptom, your heart speeds up. For no reason. And if you reach the fourth symptom, there's no turning back. You begin to feel that something is behind you. But you can't move. Because if you turn around, you're going to see it. True story, don't look at the mirror. There are warnings that feel like dreams, but are actually memories. Memories of something that has seen you before. Something that may only be waiting for you to look at it again. She was 17. Her name was Sophia. A normal girl, until she stopped being one. It all started with a dream. Just one sentence, only one. But it changed everything. Don't look at the mirror at night. She woke up breathless, feeling like the room was smaller, darker. As if something had been watching her while she slept. But she ignored it. Because that's what humans do when fear arrives too early. They hide it behind an excuse. Just a dream. Nothing more. The exact hour. At 2:33 a.m., she woke up. Suddenly. For no reason. She wasn't thirsty. She wasn't cold. She didn't have nightmares. She just woke up. As if her body were responding to a call. As if someone had woken her from somewhere else. She walked toward the bathroom. She didn't even turn on the hallway light. Everything was silent. Too silent. The only sound was a clock. A clock she swore she had never heard before. Tick. Tock. Tick. Tock. She entered the bathroom, turned on the light, and looked into the mirror. That's where it began. The reflection that wasn't her. She didn't see her reflection. She didn't see her face. She saw someone behind her. A figure. Tall. Still. As if it had been waiting far too long. For that exact moment. Sophia didn't scream. She just blinked. And when she did, that thing moved. Just a little. But it moved. As if it knew she had seen it. As if it enjoyed that she was no longer alone. She spun around instantly. No one there. The hallway was empty. And for a moment, she convinced herself it was her imagination. Until she looked at the mirror again. And saw it closer. Breathe. But you aren't breathing. That mirror is still in that house. And every now and then, it fogs up. No shower, no hot water, no steam. But something. Like a breath. On the other side. A breath that isn't human. A breath that isn't alive. But isn't dead either. There are nights when mirrors darken. When your reflection takes longer to appear. When the eyes staring back at you don't quite look like yours. They say a mirror doesn't reflect who you are, but what your home carries. What stays with you when no one else can see it. They say when the mirror delays your reflection, it's because something else is standing in your place. Pause, whispering. So tonight, when you walk past the mirror, look at it, if you dare. But remember this. You're not the one observing. You're the one being observed. At Interpret Unlock English. The next time your mirror fogs up for no reason, don't wipe the glass. Maybe it just wants to see you better. If you're hearing this, it's because something has already awakened in you. Something that wasn't asleep. Just waiting. Maybe tonight, you won't sleep the same. Maybe, when you turn off the light, you'll feel the air shift around you. Maybe you'll leave one extra light on. Just to make sure there's nothing in the room. Even though you know that what humans fear the most isn't what they see, but what might be there when they open their eyes again. But remember this. If fear arrives, if your body tightens, if your breath shortens, if your mind tells you something isn't right, it's because something is already with you. It doesn't come from outside. It comes from within. From the thought you can't control. From the shadow that shouldn't be there. From the whisper you never heard, but somehow understood. Remembering your worst nightmare is allowing it to return. And now that you've remembered it, now that you've lived it again, it remembers you too. You're not alone. You never were. Now you just know it.